Welcome back to this tutorial series where we are generating figure ideas from alphabets. Let us continue our series with alphabet E. Here I am using a sheet of cartridge paper A4 size and let us start by writing these alphabets with different variations. We are writing alphabet E with different variations. Maybe the angle we will change. We may make it little curvy sometimes, and we may include both capital and small letters. And the idea is that we get different variations, and from each of these we will try to get some idea for creating figures. These are just to inspire or trigger our imagination so that we get different ideas for different poses of human figures. Okay. So the next step is I'm repeating the same letter above, and from then I will try to draw on top of it. I'll try to generate some ideas of figures on top of it, and then we will paint it. Okay, that is the idea. The entire process is explained very clearly in the alphabet A video. So if you haven't watched that, you may please go ahead and watch that first so that you clearly understand the overall process well. Right. Now from this first letter, I am getting this kind of an idea. So the general thought process is that this capital letter E it gives an idea of the torso or the upper body of a figure, and then I'm trying to add a head. I'm trying to add two legs and two arms, and to create some convincing pose. That is the overall idea. So from the first alphabet, I am getting this idea. Okay, and from the next one, again I am assuming that this is torso, upper body, little bit of rhythmic movement, rhythmic kind of a curvy movement. Okay, and probably he is looking that side. We are seeing the back side of that particular figure, and one arm is bending and the other arm is stretched, for example. It is just a pose, just an idea. Don't worry about what exactly he is doing or she is doing. The idea is that we should get some convincing pose. The proportion should be convincing, the overall movement should be convincing, and it should hold the balance. That is also an important thing, that the figure should appear that the figure is holding its balance. Okay, so this arm is raised, for example. Okay, why exactly he or she is raising the arm, I don't know. This is just an idea. Okay. Okay. So you should have some general idea on the proportion of the human body and a little bit about the perspective of human body when it is seen from different angles. Okay. Maybe this is a profile view, one leg backward, this another leg forward, and maybe looking somewhat straight. And he is little aggressive because of the wider movement of the legs. The legs are wide apart, and one leg is much forward and the other leg is much backward, indicating that the movement is little aggressive. And yeah, I think this is fine. This also looks like, the small E also looks like a kind of a bean. Maybe it is a kind of an upper body, with the top part being the chest area and the bottom part being the hip area, and I'm connecting head. So when we are connecting the head to the upper body, to the shoulder, the head usually goes slightly forward. Okay, and one leg is bent and maybe the other leg is stretched forward. Maybe he's sitting on a beach probably, or maybe, I don't know what exactly he's doing. Maybe an umbrella. He's sitting under an umbrella. Okay, you don't have to worry about all these additional details. I just thought of this idea, so I am adding it. Okay, that looks good. So let us now think of painting it. So For the first two figures, I am planning to copy the drawing from the above. So I am copying the drawing above from the above, and just the overall silhouette sort of a drawing. And I'm not toning it, I'm not shading it. I will apply directly colors. So I'm using a light color, cobalt green, and for the dark color, I will be using Payne's gray. So these are the colors that usually I use for this series, and in for some of the alphabet I have used some other color like lilac or violet kind of a color, and for the lower body I am using the Payne's gray color. So you can use any combination of light and dark colors. You don't have to specifically have this shade. Okay, now let us draw for this also. It doesn't have to be precise. I mean, we are just copying the idea that we have drawn above. If you make little bit of mistake, not a problem. It could be slightly a different pose. That's it. Okay, now the legs. Maybe I can paint the legs directly. So after this figure, I'll be directly using the brush to paint it. I don't want to repeat the process of uh, drawing the figures. I'm directly looking at the figure above, and directly I'm trying to paint that particular shape of the upper body. Okay, this is somewhat the shape of the upper body, and for the lower body I'm using a darker color. I'm just trying to copy the drawing above, and we are seeing the backside of him, so we are seeing only part of the head. And for this also, I think the I shouldn't have done the darker tone for the hairs and below the shoulder. We will correct it. Okay, not a problem. So maybe this is a lady, and she is going. I mean, we are seeing the backside maybe, and yeah, we are correcting that hair part of it. Little bit of the upper arm is seen, and maybe one arm is raised and the other arm is, I mean, I mean down, hanging down. Okay, and this upper body, just look at the shape above and copy the upper body. See, if you are not confident of directly using the brush and draw, you can use the pencil and draw it. Okay, not a problem. So I just wanted to reduce the video timing, so I just avoided uh, repeating the drawing. I did it for the first two just to show you the process, but now I think I can directly paint without drawing. So yeah, this looks good. Maybe little bit of the little bit of the upper arm or the shirt. Okay, and yeah. The upper body, up the chest area, the hip area, the upper leg, lower leg, and it should have it should respect the sense of proportion. Okay, that is very important. Okay, you should have some sense of proportion. You cannot expect that directly. You will be able to make convincing figures without having the idea of the overall proportion. That is very important. So you need to maybe sketch and practice human figures and then observing the proportions. Okay, this looks good, very suggestive. The orange color is directly taken from the tube, and I'm just suggesting the bend of the upper and lower arms. See, I'm not suggesting any leg with the orange color because they all are wearing pants, so you may not see the skin color of the leg. Okay. So the orange that I'm showing here is actually the skin color. It is not precisely the skin color, but it represents the skin color pretty good. Okay, right. I think I think it is going well. I'm happy with the overall uh, body movements that we have got so far. I should have avoided this umbrella part of it, but since I have made the drawing, I thought I will just very quickly suggest it. Okay, you don't have to worry about this. Okay. Yeah, this looks okay. Maybe some shadow area underneath the darker color. Right now, we will add some shadows. We will add some shadows now. Just a suggestion of the shadows. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. This umbrella will cast some shadow. So that is, I think that's it. We don't have to be very precise. And some shadows for all these figures. Very suggestive shadows. Okay. Not worried too much about the accuracy of the shadows. It should just suggest the shadows, and all the shadow direction I am trying to keep it consistent. Okay, the main objective is already done. The main objective of coming out with the ideas for figures, convincing figures, that we have already done. But to make it look properly grounded, I'm adding the shadows. Otherwise, these figures may appear as elevated in the air. Okay, so this is fairly good. Now let us have some more examples. Okay, let us draw some more variations of alphabet E, maybe a little tilted to the left, and I'm directly converting that into figure. Okay, using the same approach that we have done above. Okay, sometimes while doing this you may get repeated poses. Don't worry about that. Okay, so this is just a practicing approach, learning approach. So even if you are getting some repeated pose, not don't worry, not to worry about that. Maybe little curved E. Okay, and this is a, maybe he is leaning forward. One leg is bent, one leg is straight. So when one leg is bent and one leg is straight, the straight leg will be looking longer and the bent leg will look shorter, particularly when we see it from front side or back side. I think that is fair enough. And we can have a couple of more. Let us do a little bit of a tilted small letter E. This looks like the upper body, the chest and the hip area. And we are slightly changing the pose. We are, maybe he is looking down and his leg is bent. The other leg is also little bent and the arms down. Maybe he's doing something. He's bending forward, bending down and doing something. Precisely what it is, what he is doing, don't worry, I don't know. You can imagine it. Let us leave all those things to the viewer's imagination. Okay. So just one more and I think we'll finish it. One leg backward, the other leg forward. One leg is longer, but the other leg is shorter because of the leg movement. Okay. Maybe one leg raised, head is slightly forward. It is a typical movement. I really do not know what he is doing. One leg down, one leg forward, one arm raised, one arm forward. Okay. Coloring is as usual. I just color the lighter color upper arm, the shirt, the upper body, the shirt, and once The upper body, the shade part is done. We will go with the lower body, the pants part, and then we will finish it with the orange color. Right. See, each of these movement, they appear different. Okay, they appear unique. They all appear unique. So that is what is the challenge. Okay, so we have to try to get unique movements. But if you get some of the movements repeated, don't worry. Going forward in the future exercises, you can target for making all these movements as unique, so that your imagination gets built up and your repository of figures in action, uh, your vocabulary, that gets improved. Vocabulary in the sense the collection of different poses that you can remember of, you can paint without any reference, that collection of possible images that you can draw, that improves, that increases, so that will give you a lot of confidence. Okay, I don't know, he is doing some peculiar dance probably, I don't know. The exposed body part with orange color, these are all the standard stuff. Okay, see, the main thing is getting ideas, developing ideas from various variations of the alphabet E. So going forward, we will do with subsequent alphabets. And if you haven't watched the previous alphabets A to D, please go back and watch. They will also give you a lot of interesting ideas. So I hope you are finding these videos informative, and uh, I hope that these videos are helpful to you. So if you think this is helpful, and if it is informative, please do subscribe to the channel and press the bell notification. And if you think this video can help some of your artist friends, please share it. Okay, I would be really, I mean, looking for you to share this to your artist friends, so that it can reach to more people, and they can also benefit from these videos. Right, so finally finishing this with the shadows. So I hope this was informative, and we will soon see you with another interesting video. Thank you.